Welcome everyone to our second to last lesson of advanced algebra. Today we are looking at the law of sines, lesson 17. So we're going to use the law of sines to solve for unknown angles and sides of non-right triangles. And that is going to be our big takeaway for 17 and 18 is non-right triangles. So our first concept, actually our only concept for this lesson, is the law of sines. The law of sines allows you to apply trig functions to non-right triangles. So given ABC with angles A, B, and C, and opposite side lengths A, B, and C. So first off, let's label our right triangle here. So down here is going to be angle A, so it's a capital A. And then the side opposite is going to be little a. So now I'm going to label angle B, and then the side opposite, little b. And then finally angle C, and then the side opposite is little c. So angles and the side opposite are always going to be the same letter. The angle is the capital letter and the side is the lowercase. So now let's talk about our formula for law of sines. The law of sines is a proportion. It states that sine A over side A is equal to sine B over side B is also equal to sine C over side C. As you can see, angles on top, sides on the bottom. The big thing to take away from this is you're going to pick two. You're not going to have three set up when we start doing some solving. No, you're going to pick two of them. It's only going to be two that are going to be set up. And we're going to use this formula to be able to solve not only for a side, which we're going to do here, but also to solve for an angle. So we're going to be using our sine function on our calculator. As you can see, I have a calculator pulled up right here. We're also going to be using the inverse sine function as well. All right, so we're going to start off nice with solving for a side. So here we want to find side AB. So we locate AB on our triangle, which is this side length here. Now to label it, I look at, well, what angle is opposite? And it is angle C. So I'm going to label this C. So here, 53 degrees goes with side C. Next, we take a look at what other angle do we have, and does it have a side opposite? Yes, it does. 41 degrees goes with 23. We have what we need, and now we're going to set it up. So sine 41 all over the side opposite, which is 23, is equal to sine 53 all over our missing side that we need to find, which is C. So now we're just going to do some cross multiplying. And there's going to be a specific order that we're going to do this. So this 23, we're just going to put it right on top on the opposite side. But now with sine 41 and C, we are going to flip-flop them. So that way we have C now over here by itself. And we're going to be left with 23 sine of 53 all over sine 41. Now, what's really nice here, now that we have C by itself, we're just going to plug this whole guy into our calculator to be able to solve for C. Now we're going to come over here to our calculator and do this. 23 sine of 53. Make sure you close the parentheses before you do division. Divided by sine of 41 hit enter, 27.998. So we are going to round to 28.0. So as long as you have the setup, it is just straight calculator work for solving for a side. All right. Our next one, find xz. So here is xz. It is opposite y, so we're going to do a lowercase y. All right, the only other angle we have is 52 degrees. 52 degrees isn't opposite a side. We don't know what the side is, so we cannot use this angle. We have to use angle Z because angle Z has a side of 31. But we don't know what angle Z is. Well, it's super easy to find it. Z is equal to, remember, a triangle, all three angles add up to 180. So we just have to do some nice subtraction here. So we're going to do 180 minus 58 minus 52. And that tells us angle Z is 70 degrees. So angle Z is 70. So now we can set up our law of sines. So sine 70 all over 31 is equal to sine 58 all over y. Again, this 31 in the bottom is just going to come up to the top, while sine 70 and y flip-flop spots. So y is equal to 31 sine 58 all over sine of 70. So we come back here to our calculator. 31 sine 58. Make sure you close the parentheses. So that way when we divide, it actually will put sine 70 in the bottom. And there we go, 27.97. So this is another one where our side length is going to be equal to 28.0. All right, we have one more side problem before we get to angle solving. But this one, as you can see for number 3, we don't have the triangle drawn for us. So we have to draw the triangle. Please note, I am not drawing these triangles to scale. All right, you do not, I just draw a basic non-right triangle. Draw it however you want. These are not drawn to scale. So P, K, H. Woo! There we go. My pen went a little wild there. So this says angle P is 115 degrees. So again, not drawn to scale. Angle K is 54 degrees. Little h, which is opposite angle H, is 4. And then we want us to find little k, which is opposite angle K. So 54 degrees goes with K, we're good there. But we don't know angle H that goes with 4. So this is another matter of us having to do 180 minus our 2 angle measures to find the third. So we get H is equal to 11 degrees. So now we have everything. So sine 11 over 4 is equal to sine 54 over K. 4, we're just going to move up to the top. And then sine 11 and K, we are going to flip-flop. So K is now by itself. So 4 sine 54. I don't like how that 4 looks. All over sine 11. Now calculator time for sine 54, close parentheses, divided by sine 11. And it's equal to 16.959. So we are just going to make it a nice 17.0. So that is how we solve for a missing side using the law of sines. We are now going to move to solve for an angle. Remember, when we solve for an angle with trig, we are going to use the inverse sine function, and that will tell us our angle. All right, so here they want us to find angle A. So I'm going to highlight it, and I'm going to identify what side is opposite. So we have sine A over 21, and then we just need another angle in its opposite side, which they give us 97 degrees and 30. So sine of 97 over 30. You may actually find this solving for an angle easier because there's less steps. First, all we have to do is move this 21 up to the top. So sine of A is equal to 21 sine 97 over 30. And then I'm not even going to calculate this out yet. I'm actually going to do my inverse sine and just type this all in. So that way I don't have to worry about rounding in between. And that's going to give us angle A, which, let's come over here. I'm going to clear my calculator. If you're using the Desmos calculator, remember inverse is located on the function screen. So sine inverse of 21 sine 97, only close one parentheses, and then do divided by 30. And then our final close the parentheses, and there we go, 44.0. So this is going to be 44 degrees. So not so much, it's just making sure you type it correctly into your calculator. Whoops, sorry about that. Our next one, we want to find angle Y. So here's angle Y, and 26 is opposite. So sine Y over 26 is equal to, and then we have 57 degrees opposite 27. So sine 57 all over 27. We're going to take this 26, move it to the top. So sine Y is equal to 26 sine of 57 over 27. And now inverse. The inverse sine of all of that. 26 sine 57 over 27 is going to be equal to angle Y, which, calculator, function, inverse sine of 26 sine 57, close one parentheses, divided by 27, and 53.8. So we are going to round up to 54 degrees. All right, our final example, another one where they do not give you the triangle, so we have to draw it ourselves. Remember, when we draw these triangles, I'm not drawing them to scale, I'm just using them as a reference. So angle P is 110 degrees. Little s is 13, little t is 30. Find angle S. So here's angle S, opposite 13. So sine S over 13 13 is equal to 110 is opposite 30. So sine 110 over 30. 13 gets placed into the top. So sine S is equal to 13 sine 110 all over 30. And now we do our sine inverse. 13 sine 110 all over 30 equals to angle S, which is now calculator work. Inverse sine of 13 sine 110 divided by 30 is equal to, and there we go, 24.0. So we are going to keep it at 24 degrees. All right, our second to last lesson is done. You guys only have one more to go.